Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. We are home waiting for our grandmother, who's probably very angry at us for leaving the house. Before we continue this bit, though, I had a thought. So, this is a game that pretty thoroughly lets you, like, explore. Hold on a second. What the heck is Warehouse of Horrors? This pretty much lets you explore, its its world pretty thoroughly. So I realized there was a bit of the game that I had kind of missed
Ponder for the day.
very early on, like a bit of town I hadn't explored. So I just wanted to see what I might have missed.
Alibi. Nailed it.
We're gonna tell our gran that we're gonna go ponder. And then maybe we'll close the icebox. And we're gonna go get in trouble with Rolo, but I'm probably gonna end it before then. Close the icebox. We don't want Gran to think we were raised in a barn. Rolo's waiting for us. I'm just gonna skip past all of this. There's just a little bit of town that I hadn't explored, so I want to see what characters I can meet there.
Welcome to for many.
Yeah, skipping all of this.
In the 6 years.
Here's Iggy. Poor Iggy. Alright, we need to... Dang it, okay. So we're gonna have to go through quite a bit. Before we can actually get to the part that we missed. Sorry about this. And I did realize, that was a turning point, the warehouse that, we only had one option for. The sentence is like, this is a story about ... and the only thing we had the option for was change. But I recall that now. Alright, we want to go up to this part of town. And no one's here except for this bat lady, Dawn, I guess. Hey, Dawn. Sorry to wake ya. No problem. It comes with a job.
She had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
What's up? Rolo said he saw something strange going on at the warehouse. You know anything about that? You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Things seem to be quiet in town today. Yep, everyone's preparing for the festival. She'll be back to normal tomorrow. Catch you then? Catch you then. Oh, and Luka? I'm really sorry we haven't been able to find anything out about your mom yet. I'm just grateful that you tried. I'm still keeping my ears up. Okay, that was really all we missed. Sorry for that little detour. I like this option in the game, though. So, yes, we do have struggle now. So this is something we could go back to when Luka died in the warehouse. But we're not going to. We're gonna follow Bust Out the Strange to its end. Skip to where you left off. Oh, I love this.
Chapter 4.
Yes.
Harvest.
Wonderful.
Luka took a deep breath and gingerly opened the
Wonderful
door,
quality of life.
himself for Gran's wrath.
Wonderful quality of life feature. Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Would she be in the back? In the kitchen? Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rolo. She's not here. Well, that's where we found her before, so that must be where she always is. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. It turns out Rolo is safe and sound.
Luka was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. Flop.
Luka was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luka hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass.
Oh boy.
"You're fishing with bees?" Luka's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one."
I don't think that's the phrase, Dad.
Luka closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over.
Are you saying that I made the wrong choice by having Beck be strange towards the bullies?
Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across
Yeah.
the still surface with an alarming speed. Luka scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold.
Did we get struggle from pushing Iggy into the green stuff? I don't remember where we got struggle from, but that's gonna help us on the other branch.
"Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luka grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luka." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out."
Did his father, die in a fishing accident? Is that why all the imagery we have associated with him is of fishing?
A shock of searing cold ran up Luka's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luka tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Yikes. Oh, walkie-talkie.
Luka's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rolo?
Faintly, he could hear Rolo amongst the noise.
Luka! Rolo, is that you? Luka. There? Rolo, it's the middle of the night. Luka, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rolo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? Took me to some sort of, I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda? They seem more interested in, for now at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. He's. Hold on, someone's coming.
The went silent.
Rolo? Rolo, where are you?
Luka held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse. I gave up on doing the bzzz because it feels funny on my tongue. I don't like it.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luka grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Okay. Can't explore back here. Oh, it's the middle of the night. Spooky.
Luka heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Gran! Is this a search party? So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. Are these Rolo's parents? They look kind of like him. I think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
Tolliver. Was that Rolo's name? Tolliver? I don't remember. We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Refuse? Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Eris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How is Luka holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. What was that all about? I would assume that Gran is up to something good. The Operation Sparkplug is helpful in trying to stop whatever evil is happening. Gran, why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Okay, I guess those aren't Rolo's parents. Hey, Luka. Ah! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I killed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Oh, please do not step on my keyboard, Chicory. My kitty. My poor, sick kitty who has a little cold. He's trying to make my life difficult. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luka, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See you, Luka. I like that we have an ally in Dawn. What are you two doing out here? I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. What was this kid's deal? I remember the kid on the right is like the ward of the Valentines. Who is this kid, though? He was like cynical about something. Oh, cynical about the museum. To the point where I doubted he was even a child. But he's the right size. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Did you change the sign at the museum? I better hurry up to the treehouse. Okay. What's going on in the Perennial Harvest building? The sign's all lit up. Over here. Can I fish? Do I have any new bait? No. Oh, struggle.
Luka placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Come on. I feel like that's better bait than anything else we've been using. Ooh, message in a bottle. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Just leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Oh, but it's got a message in it. Come on, Dad. Oh, the lights are on. Alright. I guess those are like Christmas lights that never go out. Rolo, are you there? Tea lights or whatever you want to call them. I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Mr. Kerr said you were all right. What happened out there? Dang it, Rolo, where are you? Oh God. Who's there?
Luka could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons. How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luka's throat.
Who are you? What? You don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luka stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luka.
I'm a monster. Oh, it's Iggy. He doesn't look that bad, all things considered. I mean, maybe he's wearing the coat for a good reason. Still, poor guy. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luka reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luka slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luka saves the day, with his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through Wheat Wood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luka! Rolo? It's not safe, Luka! Rolo, where are you? The treehouse! I'm at the treehouse, Rolo! Where are you? No, Luka, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. No, not the red panda clipboards. No. What? They can't be evil. What did I tell ya? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Luka, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. It's hard for me to be creeped out by this. This is delightful. A swarm of red pandas? I would let them kill me, honestly. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course. We have a problem. Luka, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They're saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luka, what do we do?
Luka grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luka and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rolo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon.
Oh no. It's just a plunger.
From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry though, we're here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luka, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luka. All you need to know is that he's sick. He is real sick, Luka. I just need you to let us up there and help and take care of him. You told me Rolo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luka. I thought we were buddies. Why, because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luka's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rolo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luka. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting, and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luka. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends. Oh boy.
Luka's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luka?
Luka drew himself up and decided to take the only option he had left. Oh boy. I only have one option. Fight.
Luka drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the Mission Control Defense Cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luka summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rolo sends his regards. Oh no. Yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't gonna work. Hey, that was uncalled for, more than a little rude. I'm just plain unsanitary. Luka, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luka looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
Oh no.
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here.
I didn't have the option for discretion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Luka. I'm sorry, Iggy.
Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay. MCDC. Alright, so we could go back to the Warehouse of Horrors. But I kind of want to see where this little shit branch leads us. So let's go back to hazardous heckling. Let's tickle Iggy. Let's time to bust out the tickles.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey Tish, want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
Yup. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us. Well, your muscle just ran away.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh no, Beck. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Ooh, it looks kind of good, actually. It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Oh god.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy.
Oh, okay, we got a different Chapter 4 title.
Luka paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rolo was his primary concern.
Luka, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rolo. Luka, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luka had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luka.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luka broke down.
Rolo and I weren't just playing in Wheatwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body. So we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luka.
It's not your fault, Luka. Rolo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luka, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luka.
You go back to the little tree house you two like to play in, which should be safe now that there aren't clipboards chasing Iggy around. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luka wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Alright, I guess next time we'll go back to the treehouse, wait for Rolo, and see how this tickle branch plays out. It already is seeming a little nicer than the strange route. Beck's hair was just changed a little bit instead of Iggy becoming completely disfigured. But yeah, we'll see what new horrors await us down this path next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Beacon Pines.